So get them now, keep them protected before you plant them out in a few weeks' time.
See if you can get in there, Skip.
Get
permission.
Get permission before
Wonderful.
diving in skips.
Listen, have a gorgeous weekend, Phil. It's been
will do, yeah.
fab. Enjoyed it.
It has.
Do it
Brilliant
again
stuff.
next Saturday at 9.
We've been busy, haven't we? And poor Hazel. I'm worried about Hazel. How long's she been hanging on for? Anyway, we've run out of time.
She'll be on first next week. Listen,
Hazel.
I'll say thank you very much, Phil, and have a lovely weekend yourself.
I'll deal with Hazel.
Yeah, and you and everybody. Thanks a lot.
You. Cheers, our Phil. Ta-ra, love. Bye-bye.
I can deal with Hazel's problem if she wants to call
You
up.
don't know what Hazel's problem is.
She's probably probably gardening related.
Producer Richie, do you know what Hazel was ringing about?
About a garden was.
It was a stunted bougainvillea, if you want to deal with that.
Oh, the bougainvillea.
Stunted.
Yeah, well, it will be. If she wants to give me a call, I will happily take up any of the leftovers from you, Molly, with great pleasure.
By the way, before we go to the news and before I hand over to you, are you responsible for the cucumber text from Wilma Handu? Was that you?
No, honestly, I've not sent you any text.
Oh, really?
It costs too much money.
Peacock. Well, it wasn't you.
What did you call me?
Nothing.
On FM, Freeview, digital radio, and online.
Dear.
Your voice in the West Midlands. BBC
We're both blushing.
WM 95.6.
All yours.
Thank you, my dear. Man alive, I tell you what, there is nothing in the papers at all. Something, all the music today is coming from records as it's International World Record Day or something, I don't know. Let's get the news, here's Chris.
Thank you very much, Iain. Good morning. A teenager has died after being stabbed in Birmingham. 18-year-old Sharif Mbai died in hospital just 2 hours after he received multiple stab wounds in a scuffle outside the KFC in Northfield just before 5 yesterday afternoon. Another man is in a critical condition in hospital. An 18-year-old man has been arrested on suspicion of murder. BBC WM's Tom Cook has been given a police statement.
Well, we've got this statement from Detective Inspector Harry Harrison, who's leading this investigation. He says that his condolences go to the family of Sheriff, who are heartbroken at losing their loved one. He goes on to say he wants to reassure them that many people who were in the area at the time responded admirably to the terrible situation which confronted them. Both victims were tended to. Details of possible people or vehicles involved were relayed to police, and their assistance has been invaluable to their investigation.
Armed police surrounded a house in Wolverhampton last night after a murder suspect was thought to be in hiding there. Officers were called to Oxbarn Avenue in Penn following concerns that Dylan Jackson, wanted for the murder of Herman Lewis Simpson, was inside a house there. Specialist firearms teams surrounded the property until officers were able to determine that it was empty. Herman Lewis Simpson was stabbed in a bedsit on Compton Road on Monday. Now, 3 men from Birmingham accused of attempting to smuggle themselves out of the UK in a lorry to join the Islamic State group will appear in court again next month. Gabriel Rasmus, Anas Abdallah and Mohammed Dini were arrested in Dover by officers from the West Midlands Counter-Terrorism Unit on Friday the 3rd of April. They've been remanded in custody after appearing at Westminster Magistrates. They'll appear at the Old Bailey on May the 14th. Meanwhile, Australian police have charged an 18-year-old man with planning to carry out a terrorist attack in Melbourne. 5 men aged 18 and 19 were arrested in early morning raids involving about 200 police officers. It's believed the group, inspired by Islamic State extremists, were plotting to target police at a ceremony to remember Australia's war dead. 4 men who used umbrellas to hide behind have been jailed for a total of 27.5 years for a string of robberies on shops in the Black Country. They raided 13 shops over a 53-day period between April and June last year. Ashley Evans, Marcus Morgan, Liam Bell and Trey Richardson got away with about £145,000 in one robbery. They burst into Asda in Cosley armed with a handgun, a knife and a hammer. And visitors from all over the country will be at Cofton Park today to mark the 10th anniversary of the collapse of MG Rover. It's the annual Pride of Longbridge rally, and the organisers are hoping that there'll be the largest ever collection of cars and other vehicles built at the plant. Gemma Cartwright is one of the organisers. She spoke to Molly Green earlier.
It was the biggest collapse ever to happen in one area. But you know what, we're moving forward, we're a hard community, and we're all coming together and we're celebrating. Today's a day of celebration.
Your Sport in the West Midlands on BBC WM 95.6.
Well, it's a massive weekend of football with 3 live commentary games here on BBC WM. The first sees Wolves at home to Ipswich at lunchtime in a real 6-pointer. Both teams fighting to be in the playoffs. The second commentary game at 3 sees West Brom travel to Crystal Palace. The Baggies still need points to be sure of Premier League football again next season. They're 7 points clear of the relegation zone with 6 games to go. And head coach Tony Pulis appreciates the backing that they're taking to South London, many of them on subsidised coaches.
It's going to be a tough 6 games, and we need everybody now. We need all, you know, 2,800 supporters going down on Saturday, which has been great, you know, for the club to put on the buses. Is absolutely wonderful. And what we've got to do, we've got to put a performance in for those supporters. The important thing is that the crowd see, 11 players running around who really, really care for their team.
Elsewhere today, Blues are away at promotion chasing Watford in the Championship. We'll have that one live on DAB in Birmingham. Finally, Walsall are away to Crewe. A win should see the Saddlers safe in League One. Our third live commentary game this weekend comes from Wembley tomorrow. Villa take on Liverpool in the FA Cup semi-final. Reading play Arsenal in the first semi-final today. And the weather, a fine and dry day with sunny spells, highs of 15 Celsius, 59 Fahrenheit. Dry tonight, lows of 3 Celsius, 37 Fahrenheit. Tomorrow, mainly cloudy with perhaps a few bright spells as well. That's your news and sport for the West Midlands. It's 5 minutes past 10.
That was it. Turn your music off now. I don't know how to turn your music. You turn. No, just no. Turn it off. Listen.
Oh,
Can you hear that?
I can.
Does that make you feel a bit sexy? Yeah? You feeling sexy?
I like that.
Yeah? What is it? Tell the boys and tell the kids at home who've never heard this, who think this is some kind of interference on their Wi-Fi.
It's the crackles from a record player.
National Record Store Day today. You going to go off and finger some vinyl?
I might well do, yeah.
I'm going to Bristol. Straight after the show, I'm driving to Bristol, and I've already logged down the record stores that I'm going to. All the music today, Chris, is going to be played on records.
Oh, I love that. I'm loving that.
Yeah. Have you got a record player?
Not anymore.
Disappointing.
Saturdays with Iain Lee
On BBC WM 95.6.
Oh, man. Your voice in the West Midlands.
I tell you what, guys. I mean, it's very... Listen, that's beautiful, isn't it? Very, very slim pickings in the... Very... I say very slim... There's nothing... I mean, there's stuff in the paper. This is what I've got. OK, let me read through the list that I've got. And... Yeah, a Beanie Baby. Oh, flipping heck. A tall couple. Have you seen that? One guy's tall. The guy is tall and the lady is small. That's the second thing I've got written down as content for the show. Blackburn Ban. Brombrick. Polite Rogues. Pruning. Pruning I've got down as a topic. Too Posh for Pizza Express. Rice Krispies. And a tortoise. That's it. What I'm saying, guys, is if you want to call in about anything at all, 03453 009956, please. All the music is coming from these bad boys. Not the Isley Brothers, but from records, you know?
Love
National Record Store Day. We got someone from Swordfish coming on. Swordfish is there are two brilliant record shops in Birmingham. Swordfish, which has got. Well, they've got this brilliant bargain bin where everything's £1, right? And they put what they obviously think is rubbish in there. Most of the stuff I've brought with me comes from their bargain bin. So there's there, and there's also Discovery. Discovery is just like a treasure trove. And also, if you go in Discovery, I went in there, they made me a cup of tea and gave me a slice of cake. Oh, it was beautiful. Speaking of old things, here's Terry.
Hello, I want to hear lots of crackles.
Well, you, I can hear it in your voice, for goodness sakes.
Yeah, I'm a crackly old crackler.
Yes. What you got for us, Tel?
I don't know whether you've got it. I sent you a copy of a picture in the week.
You sent me a copy of a picture in the week?
Yeah.
To where did you send this, Terry?
WM.
Well, what do you mean, what, physically sent it, as in a letter?
No, it's in a big envelope.
Well, I haven't got it. Mark, have we got, Oh, I can't put you on phone. There's a big envelope coming somewhere from Terry. Where on earth would that be?
It should be there by now.
What do you mean, where exactly? I don't know. I don't have a pigeonhole here.
Oh.
No pigeonhole for me. They don't trust me.
Oh, Keldemarsh.
Well, what's it a picture of? Use your words to describe the picture.
Oh my God! It wasn't done by me. It's a collage by a dear friend. It's got. How can they describe it?
Is it rude?
No, it's got a lady's head.
It's quite rude.
Wearing a man's suit and tie. Riding a bicycle.
What?
Playing a saxophone.
Why would you send me this?
Because it's all mixed up. It's all different magazine photos, all collaged together.
And is this did you send me the actual... This is the weird... Did you send me the actual collage or a photograph of the collage?
It's a photocopy of the collage.
Is it black and white?
No, it's in colour.
Oh, colour photocopy, isn't it?
Of course it's colour.
His mum is a secretary at the school, and that's how she's got access to a colour photocopy. I can get it done for free.
I wouldn't send you anything black and white.
But why... But I still... Again, why would you send me this, Terry? We all know that collage is the lowest form of wit.
Oh. What do you mean, the lowest form of wit?
Oh, no, that's sarcasm, isn't it? Sorry, yes.
No, it's a what's name? It's a combination of different things.
I know what collage means. It means pretty much literally a what's name, a combination of different things.
Yeah.
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 But why did you send it, Terry?
Because it's fun, and I thought it might give you a giggle.
Fun.
Okay.
Fun.
Have a look upstairs.
Fun.
No, don't forget the crackles.
Thank you, Terry. Ta-ta.
Bye.
Thanks for the picture. Bye. Well, I don't know where post goes here. I know we're called the mailbox, but I always thought that was a joke. I didn't realise that was meant to be a real thing. I didn't have a clue. 03453 009956 is the telephone number if you want to... I'm reluctant to go to the newspapers because they've got nothing in. They've got literally nothing in at all. It's pretty lousy. If you go onto OS5, Marky Mark, I've queued up OS5 on my computer. Are you there?
Hello.
Hey. What's this Terry talking about? Terry, you still there? No, he's gone. Good. Yeah. What's this he's saying about he sent me a letter?
Letter? Vinyl? Are we back in 1984?
Where would a letter to me go? I've got no... There could be a whole room full of fan mail.
For you, that you never thought about looking in?
We'll open this door and it'll all tumble out somewhere.
Well, to be honest, it would probably come to me, and I've not seen anything all week.
I think you were telling us porkies there, Terry. I'm going to have to go dive into the papers at some point. I'm very, very reluctant. Honestly, it's an the front page of nearly all of the newspapers is a picture of the Queen crossing her fingers. Honestly, it's on the front page of nearly all the papers. The Queen crossing her fingers. That's the best news they've got at the moment. I will go into the papers in a bit. Oh dear. It's one of those days you come in and you go, oh, can I go home again, please? 03... By the way, regulars are allowed on today, as you just heard from Terry. If you missed yesterday's show, do go and listen to the iPlayer. No regulars. And everyone thought it won't work. What? It's brilliant. Best show I've ever done. Here. 03453 009956.
Your travel news in the West Midlands.
BBC WM 95.6.
Let's get the travel. Here's Lisanne.
Thanks very much. In the Northfield area, Bristol Road South, heading in both directions, you'll find a closure at the Black Horse Junction for a police incident near Bell Lane. Watch out if you are heading through there. It's affecting bus services as well, which are on diversion now whilst the closure remains in place. Starting to look busy on the Bristol Road now if you're heading between the Priory Crossroads and the Belgrave interchange. Starting to look a little bit busier now as we head through mid-morning, people making their way into the city centre. Do bear in mind the Paradise Circus roadworks ongoing, and that will add some time to your journey as you make your way in towards Birmingham itself. Out towards Wolverhampton, it looks like traffic's coping well for us so far this weekend. Starting to build up as well here, as you would expect. So a little bit busy if you're coming in along the A454, the Horsley Field area. That's looking a little bit busy up towards Middle Cross. No major problems for motorways so far this Saturday. All looking clear and steady for the M6, M5 and the M42. And on the trains, a good service running. If you can update us, call BBC WM 95.6 Travel on 0330 123 3550.
Soul music has lost another legend this week with the death of Percy Sledge at the age of 74. The man who worked in the cotton fields of Alabama and went on to record one of the classic soul tunes of all time.
The Soul and Motown Show with Jenny Wilkes.
I'll be paying tribute to him on the Soul and Motown Show this Sunday from 1 on BBC WM 95.6.
Flipping heck. Not that. I mean, that sounds brilliant, obviously. Goes without saying. Right, Andy. So, Andy?
Hello.
Hello, Andy. So, there's nothing in the papers, okay? Nothing in the papers. Right.
It's shocking, isn't it?
Yeah. What
I don't look at the part, I only look at the racing part anyway.
What I do is I come in on a Saturday and I cocoon myself in studio number 2. And I go through the papers, and I've got a pen, I've got paper, and I've got a fake finger, right? And what I do is the fake finger's irrelevant. I just have it as a good luck charm. I'm a bit superstitious in that respect, Andy. What I do is I go through the papers and I write the name of the paper, the page, and then the story that I find. So the Sun, page 3, Beanie Baby. The Mail, page 11, Polite Rogues. The Daily Mirror, page 22, Tortoise, right? So what I do then is I'm going to talk about the tortoise. So I go to page 22 of the Daily Mirror. Well, there's no story about a tortoise on page 22 of the Daily Mirror. There's a story about a snake. There's a snake in my oven. So where on earth is the tortoise story? A pensioner. We've got to do the snake story now, otherwise I've got nothing. A pensioner got a... Oh, that's why. A pensioner got a massive shock when he opened his door and spotted a snake. Oven door. Opened his oven door. That's the key word there, Andy. You still with us? Andy, you still with us?
I am. Yes, I'm listening to you, Iain. I do apologise. I've tried to get into, knock the radio off if there was a lot of echoing.
Well, always, guys, for goodness sakes, always turn your radio off. Otherwise...
I always do, yeah, but I was coming upstairs, and I'd got it on upstairs.
What's happening upstairs, Andy? Going back to bed? Yeah?
Now, doing a little bit of exercise going up and down the steps. He tells me arthritis.
Well, there you go. Andy, what have you called in for this morning?
Well, Iain, I think I've rang you up about maybe 3 times since you've been on. As far as I'm concerned, you're the best son. I love you to pieces.
You're very kind,
You
sir.
were far better yesterday without the duo. Keep ringing you up. I'm ever so sorry. I don't mean to sound rude, but these people, I'm on every radio show from about 6:30 in the morning, all through the day.
Oh, well, no, for those who don't know, yesterday we did
It was a lovely show.
Wasn't it nice?
I thought I enjoyed it. Yeah.
We did a show yesterday where none of the regulars could call. Ranjit, Terry, Millie, all that lot, and everyone's going, "Oh, it won't work." We had a fella, right, who'd been listening for 30 years. He'd never called the station before. And then a woman who'd been listening for 26 years came on for the first time.
I heard it, yes.
It was good, wasn't it?
It was a pleasure to listen to.
It was a pleasure to present it, Andy. But now I can't find my story about the blooming snake, the tortoise. Well, I'm glad you think it's funny. I've got to go through all the papers again. Well, Andy, I wish I had something to say to you, but I'm a spent force, mate. I'm a husk.
I love you to pieces, Iain, but, we can't keep listening. I'm nothing against the bloke, nothing at all against them, but it's part of the show.
Hang on a second.
We're talking about... You're going to call it the Iain Sandwich, Terry and Doreen show, ain't we?
Do you have a thing against Ranjit simply because, and I'm going to ask the question, Andy, it's the elephant in the room, simply because he runs a fish and chip shop? Are you fish and chippist?
I've got nothing against the man at all, no.
You're not fish and chippist?
Pardon?
You want chilli sauce with that, my friend?
Oh, like fish and chips, yeah.
Thank you very much indeed. 03453 009956. Let's have some of these bad boys, shall we? They're not bad. They were quite bad, actually, if you know the history of the Beach Boys. Very naughty, very, very naughty. What Dennis Wilson got up to, blimey.
It's automatic when I talk with old friends. A conversation turns to girls we knew when their hair was soft and long, and the beach was a place to go. With suntan bodies and waves of sunshine, California girls in a beautiful coastline and warmed up weather. Let's get together and do it again. With a girl, the lonely sea looks good. Make sure night time's warm and out of sight. Well, I've been thinking about all the places we surfed and danced and all the faces we missed. So let's get back together and do it again. Come
Oh, 0345300. I can't find this story about the... if you've got... Right, OK, blimey. If you've got a copy of the Daily Mirror, can you find the story... Oh, flipping heck. All right, boys, I forgot it's a record. You've got to stop it. Otherwise that happens. So, if you've got a copy of the Daily Mirror, can you find the story about the tortoise? I can't find the story about the tortoise anywhere. It's doing my nut in. My system, this is my system, tried and tested, TNT. It never lets me... It's let me down today. Hey, it's International World Day of the Record Shop or something, and Mike is from Swordfish Records. Morning, Mike.
Good morning.
I like your... I've been to your shop many, many times.
Thank you.
Boy, oh boy, why do you put all the Glen Campbell stuff in the bargain bin? Are you nuts?
That's where it goes.
No, don't. How much is your bargain bin? Is it 50p or a quid? I can't remember.
It's between 50p and a pound.
Well, but listen, Mike, please keep putting your Glen Campbell in there because I will buy every one of those suckers.
Well, I think
I love your bargain bin.
Thank you very much.
Now, Swordfish Records, it's kind of hidden away a little bit around the back of an NCP, isn't it?
It is hidden away, but it's quite central. And once you found it, well, everybody else seems to have found it okay.
It's very windy, that little cul-de-sac.
It's very, very windy.
It's a wind trap. What is it? National Record Store Day. What exactly is that for those people who don't know?
Well, it's International Record Store Day.
International.
It's a global thing.
Yeah.
Where all the companies make special limited editions, especially for sale on Record Store Day. Consequently, we've got a queue right down the street.
Have you really?
Yes.
Oh, flipping it! I was going to.
Apparently, the first people got here at 5:15 in the morning.
Oh, now that's a little bit kid. So what records are they after, Mike?
What are they after?
Yeah, what things are they looking for?
All sorts of things. Manic Street Preachers, picture discs. Right across the board. David Bowie picture discs. All sorts of things.
Now, there was a story in the week that they're reintroducing a vinyl chart because vinyl's making a comeback. I've been singing the praises of vinyl for years. I'm constantly... I've got 3 record players in my house.
Well, I think we were one of the few independent shops way back in the 90s that didn't really sweep the vinyl off the shelves. We always kept it going. Mainly because I'd always got this thing in the back of my head that it would be there when the CD had gone.
Yeah.
And that's rather proven to be correct.
Oh, man, the two things for me, right? Records, A, they sound better. They sound fat. You've got a big fat sound on a record. And 2, it's so much more interactive. You have to rifle through your records. You have to pick it out, pull it out of the sleeve.
for a lot of people these days, the vinyl record, it's got history to it. It's quite an iconic thing. Whereas certainly, I think to a lot of younger people, the CD, it's a rather dated-looking piece of technology now.
I tell you what, I've got, Mike, at home. I've got a record. I'm a big fan of the Monkees. Don't hold that against me. The Monkees.
Oh, the Monkees.
Yeah, I have a sealed Monkees record from 1970. It's sealed, Mike. And one day, when I'm feeling low and lonely, I'm going to open that seal, I'm going to stick my nose in, and I'm going to take a big, deep sniff of 1970.
Well, maybe you should open it and take it down to the Moseley Folk Festival and get it signed.
I know, they're playing at Moseley, the Monkees, aren't they? Isn't that incredible?
The two monkeys.
The two keys, as we guys like to call them. I'm doing everything I can to get them on this show as well. I noticed that in your store, and I've been in there quite a few times, I love it, there's either a picture or there's a sign that says Neil Diamond has been in. Is that true?
Yes, it's true.
When did Neil Diamond come to Swordfish?
It wasn't this shop, it was the old shop in Temple Street.
Right.
He came in, it was when he was playing the NIA. And I didn't recognise him. I didn't recognise him. He wanted to pay in euros, and I refused his euros.
Oh, no, Mike!
I thought he'd produced a credit card or something, but he didn't. He went and got cash from a bank.
He went out to... You sent Neil Diamond to a cash machine?
I turned down Neil Diamond's euros.
What was he buying, Mike? Do you remember?
Very ordinary CDs. Bob Dylan CDs.
Yeah.
Van Morrison. It was obviously stuff he just wanted to play on the tour.
And when did you know? Was it after he'd gone that someone nudged you and went, that was Neil Diamond, that was?
It was when I was talking to him, just talking to talk to anybody else in the shop, and somebody came in and bought a UB40 CD, and he noticed it. And he said, UB40, they're from round here. It's one of their albums got my song on it. And that was when it clicked Red, Red Wine. So.
How cool. Oh, that's fantastic. What's happening in your shop today, Mike?
Well, we've got queues out the door. We're doing all the record store day stuff throughout the day. And then at 5 o'clock, we've got an acoustic in-store with Miles Hunt from the Wonder Stuff.
Miles Hunt from the... I had a row with Miles Hunt on Twitter once, and then we made friends. We became friends. Hey, Mike, listen, keep flying the flag. Do you kind of, at night time, have a few beers and go and throw dog poo at Discovery?
And so what?
Go and throw dog poo and bricks at Discovery's windows?
No, we don't. We get on very well.
Are you sure there's no rivalry there, Mike?
There is no rivalry at all.
Good for you. Well,
we get on very, very well with both Jim and Liam.
Good. All right, excellent stuff. Mike, good to talk to you. I hope you have a good day, mate.
And you. Thank you very much.
Take care. Ta-ta. There we go. It's a good shop. Swordfish and Discovery. Come on, there's got to be some rivalry there. Hasn't there? You would think... Well, here we go. He's given us the phone in, and boy, oh boy, are we desperate for content today. When have you not recognised Neil Diamond? 03. It's a very specific phone in. No, when have you not recognised a celebrity? 03453 009956 is the telephone number if you want to give us a call on that. I mean, I suppose I ought to look. There's literally nothing in... Let's go to the Sun. All right, this is the best thing I could find, OK? It's on the Sun. It's page 3. This is the best story in the papers today. You can call in about anything, by the way. I'm just aware that we've got new listeners. Loads of people have tweeted me today saying, I'm going to listen to you for the first time today. Flipping it. Well, don't judge it by today's standards, because, you know, I can't... Tender Teddy's Reddies. I don't even know what this means. Let's read on and find out. Boot Sale Bear is... When I drive up the M6 on a Friday, OK, to come here, there's a boot sale just off the M6 on a Friday. A Friday's a really weird day to be having a boot sale, and I can't work out how to get there. I don't know where you've got to go to get there. Does anyone know the boot sale? And I love boot sales. They're not as good as they were maybe 10 years ago, since eBay kind of took over the world. But I love boot sales. I love going and looking at all the hooky DVDs and all of the... I love looking at other people's rubbish. There's nothing more exciting than looking at other people's rubbish. 03453 009956. Anyway, a couple bought a £10 Beanie Bear. Do you know what a Beanie Bear is, Marky Mark? You got no idea? I don't know what it is. What?
Nothing.
You put your headphones on.
I can. Sorry.
What happened there?
No, I can still hear you in here. Normally,
how does that happen?
You turn me on and it. But oh my goodness, you see,
you need to fix your speakers. Fix your speakers, for goodness sake. A couple bought a £10 Beanie Baby Do anyone know what a Beanie Baby is? It kind of rings a faint bell, but I mean, it looks rubbish. At a car boot sale, then found it was the world's rarest version of a Beanie Baby. The world's rarest version of a Beanie Baby. How much was it worth? Have a guess how much it was worth, Mark.
£1,000.
Yeah, try again.
Hold it up. Can I see what it is?
Yeah, it's this purple monstrosity.
Hold it higher, just a bit. Yeah, that's good. I like what I see there. Yeah. I see. Right. Yes.
Yeah. Go on. How much?
It's a Beanie Baby.
Yeah.
£1,000.
£62,000, dear listener. Cost £10. Value £62,000. 03453 009956. Leah Rogers and Ryan Flanagan. Oh my gosh, he's got the sleeves. The tattoo. He's got the tattoo sleeves. Not a fan of the tattoo sleeves. And he looks about 12. He doesn't look old enough to be in a loving relationship apart from one with his parents. Leah Rogers and Ryan Flanagan were selling toys at the boot sale when they saw the Princess Diana memorial teddy on a nearby stall. Well, how does that say Princess Diana? It's a horrible purple teddy. I don't want to tell you what it looks like. It looks filthy. It's what she would have wanted. No, she would have wanted not to have got in the back of a car being driven by a drunk Frenchman, I think. It's what she would have wanted. Ryan, 22. He's never 22. By the way, this is one of my favourite phone-ins, and I haven't done it here. We can do this. I haven't done this for a long time. Grown-ups that look like children. Man babies. Because this guy is 22. He looks like he's 12. He looks like a 12-year-old. Man babies. Boys, men that look like boys, and women that look like girls. 03453 009956. Ryan, 22, once collected the bean-filled bears and knew some editions were very rare. So he went and bought the purple toy. When he got home, he checked the net. I think that's the internet, age 12. And realised the bear was a collector's dream, made in Indonesia with special pellets. Flippin' it. Do you know what a Beanie Baby bear is? Oh, goodness, give me one of those shows. Nick?
Hello.
Yes, Nick.
How are you?
Yeah, I'm fine. You guys... Whenever I do a show here, no one can take an off-the-cuff question. Anyway, go on, what you got?
What was the question? Sorry.
Do you know what a Beanie Baby bear is?
I've no idea. And what's more pertinent, I don't really want to know.
No, it looks rubbish. This is apparently worth £62,500.
No.
Yeah. What have you got?
Anyway.
Yes, Nick.
You want to get to that car boot sale?
Yeah.
Right. Go off the M6 at 4.
Yeah.
Head for Kozel.
Yeah.
You're on the 446, I believe you are. You'll go...
I'm lost already.
Turn left or turn right, whatever. Head to Kozel. Have you not got a sat-nav?
Do you know what? I've got a sat-nav, right? I bought a new sat-nav a while ago, and it's absolutely rubbish.
Chuck it away.
It sends me on, and I've set it for fastest route. And it sends me the most ridiculous ways.
Yeah, just open your window when you're driving and chuck it out the window.
I think I might do.
Then stop at a garage and go and buy an A to Z.
Yeah. But does anybody... Here we go. Does anybody still use maps in their car?
Yeah, I do. All the time.
Well, actual, you've got A to Zs and what are ordnance survey maps?
I don't use OS maps, but I use an A to Z all the time. Anyway,
yes.
So you'll head to Kozel. Let's get back on topic, shall we?
Yes, please.
You head to Kozel. When you get to Kozel on the 446, turn left at that island.
Yes.
Mile and a half up the road. You there? Ever so easy.
Have you been there?
No, but I pass it every morning, every Friday morning.
Right, it's because I do like a car boot. Most car boot sales now are pretty rubbish, unfortunately.
Yeah,
because of the invention of eBay.
Yep.
Nick, thank you very much indeed. Good morning, Debbie.
Good morning, Iain.
I'm rifling through my album collection as I speak to you. What do you fancy? A bit of Beatles or a bit of Frank Sinatra?
Oh, Frank, every time.
A bit of Frank. Well, a bit of Frank for the next record then. All right, what have you got for us, Debbie?
Celebrities that you haven't recognised.
Well, after we spoke to the gentleman from Swordfish Records, who didn't realise... That's such a cool story. Didn't realise he was serving Neil Diamond until Neil Diamond saw a UB40 album and went, oh, they're from here. Yeah, they did one of my songs.
I know. How can you not recognise Neil Diamond?
Oh, man. Go on, what celebrity didn't you recognise? Excuse me fumbling. I'm just sorting out a Frank Sinatra song on a record while I talk to you.
Marty Pellow.
Oh! Now, was it the short-haired, clean-cut Marty Pellow or long-haired, stubbly, he's been up for a few nights Marty Pellow?
It was 92, so he was still clean-cut at that point.
What happened? Go on.
I went for a swim at the Holiday Inn across from where I used to work.
Yeah, I'm listening.
And I went in the sauna and didn't realise I was in there with Marty Pellow. I knew there was somebody there.
Oh, baby. That's going to be surely... Well, now, were you a fan of the Wets?
Oh, my God, yes.
So you were basically... You could have just... you could have just locked that door...
Yeah.
Slowly stripped down and said, Marty, listen, what happens in the sauna stays in the sauna. No one need know about the next 25 minutes. Did you talk to him?
No, I didn't, because it was just another man in there, and I just had my sauna and came out. But my friend, who was also swimming, saw him go in, and when I came out, she went in, and she talked to him.
Is that all she did?
That's what she said.
You must have been gutted. Were you gutted, knowing that you've been in there with a bloke you fancied and you didn't realise? Oh, Debbie.
But years later, I actually met my husband in a sauna, so there you go.
What? Now, the thing about saunas, right, is they do have a reputation, don't they, for being naughty.
Do they?
Oh, Debbie. Don't they? Isn't that's where... And I'm not in any way accusing you of this for 1 second. That's where swingers go, isn't it?
I don't know. I'm innocent.
You're a very naughty lady, Debbie. Nice to talk to you.
And you,
Ta-ta,
Ian.
bye-bye, thank you. 03453 009956. Memories of records, celebrities you didn't recognise, and car boot stuff. Here we go. It's a bit of Frank. My queuing up leaves a lot to be desired.
I've got you under my skin. I've got you deep in the heart of me. So deep in my heart that you're really a part of me. I've got you under my skin. I tried so not to give in. I've said to myself, this affair, it never will go so well. But why should I try to resist when, baby, I know damn well that I've got you under my skin. I'd sacrifice anything, come what might, for the sake of having you near, in spite of a warning voice comes in the night and repeats in my ear. Don't you know, you fool, you never can win. Use your mentality, wake up to reality. But each time I do, just the thought of you makes me stop before I begin, because I've got you under my skin.
A good presenter, mate. You tell it where it hurts at people. I like it, balls. Who? I like it, balls.
I would sacrifice anything, come what might, for the sake of having you near. In spite of a warning voice, comes in the night and repeats how it yells in my ear. Don't you know, you fool, ain't no chance to win. Why not use your mentality? Get up, wake up to reality. And each time I do, just the thought of you makes me stop just before I begin. Because I've got you under my skin, and I like you under my skin.
03453009956 is the telephone number. If you want to give us a call, Dave's in Oldbury. Good morning, David.
Don't upset me, Mr. Lee.
I beg your pudding?
Yes,
What?
yes.
Yeah,
Don't upset me. I don't like being called that.
Okay. Sorry, Davey. What have you got for us?
You was on about record players.
Yes, sir. It's what International World Record Day. What records are you going to set today?
Well,
What?
none.
Ah.
I was going to say...
Are you all right, Dave? You sound like you've either just woken up or you've just taken a very heavy dose of Mogadon. What's going on?
Nothing of...
What?
I've been rushing around this morning.
It doesn't sound like you could ever rush around, Dave. I don't think you've rushed around for about 50 years.
Oh, don't you... I'll phone my mate up and get him to phone you.
Which mate?
The one with the chip shop.
Oh, flipping heck. There's a guy who works down the chip shop, swears he's Ranjit.
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah.
Now, you were on about record players.
Yes, boss.
I had a record player for years.
Yeah.
And it was a Dance City Monarch.
Beautiful. I think my one's a monarch. What dance set have I got? Let's have a look.
It was grey and turquoise and on black legs with gold caps on the bottom of the leg.
No, mine's not a monarch. I can't remember what my dance set is. Anyway, they're good, aren't they? Big, chunky, fat things, and that's the only way to listen to singles. Only way to listen to singles up to 1965 is on a big old dance set.
Yeah. And you still get the parts for them now, can't you?
Yeah, I know. I go for an absolute fortune, though.
Well, I was talking to Danny about mine one day.
Okay. Hang on a minute. Hang on a second. Let's come. The Danny Kelly, the D and indeed the K. Can we just... I've got beef with Kelly, and I don't want to go into it on air, but let's just say he's very, very disrespectful, OK?
Okay.
So can we, from now on, never, and this applies to everybody, never mention Danny Kelly on this show again, right?
All right.
Never mention Danny Kelly on this show again, right? Never... Come on, join in with me, Danny Kelly on this show again. Right? Never mention Danny... Come on, Dave Kelly, on this show again.
Danny Kelly on your show again.
Say it again.
Never mention Danny Kelly on your show again.
Do it without laughing.
I can't.
Say it properly.
Never mention Danny Kelly on your show again.
Thank you very much indeed. Now, what would you like to say, David? Have you done your phone call?
I have, yes.
What's that rubbing noise in the background? I'm getting very concerned. You've got what?
Carpet fitter.
Really?
Yeah, because I can't fit my carpet.
Do you know what? Do you know what the question I was? Do you know the question I was about to ask? And luckily, the brain filter kicked in.
Yeah.
I was about to ask, what's he doing? Now, that is perhaps the dumbest question that could ever be asked of all time.
Fitting a carpet in the liner.
Exactly. He's fitting. Are you having the whole house done or just one room?
Just the hallway.
Oh, man, get out of the house now. What time's he going to finish?
Not long.
Get out. Go and have a cup of tea somewhere. Go and have a sandwich. Get out of the house. Wait until he's finished, until he's gone. Then walk in, shut the door behind you, hold your breath, and suck in a big lungful of that air, because that is going to smell wonderful. You're going to smell like Allied carpets. Your house is going to smell like Allied carpets for an hour.
Yeah, it will.
Yeah.
Then I'll have to get the inhaler out.
Dave, nice to talk to you. Thanks for calling. And what have we learnt from today's show, Dave?
Never mention Danny Kelly on your show again.
That's what we've learnt. Back to this Beanie Baby. Fair play, I got 45 minutes out of a Beanie Baby, actually. I reckon I could probably do 2 hours out of this. And now I've said it, I might try. Ryan, 22, once collected the bean-filled bears and knew some editions were very rare. So bear in mind, this says he's worth £62,500, right? And we come to the caveat in a moment. So he went and bought the purple toy. When he got home, he checked the net and realised the bear was a collector's dream, made in Indonesia with special pellets and wording on the tag. Fewer than 100 were made, and fans say they've now sold for £20,000. Well, hang on, that's not 62,500. With one now on sale for £62,500. I suggest, sir, that if one is on sale for £62,500 and some have sold for £20,000, well, it's worth £20,000.
Your travel news in the West Midlands.
BBC WM 95.6.
Let's get the travel. Here's Lizanne.
Thanks very much. Well, if you're heading out at the moment, problems continue in Northfield with Bristol Road South closed in both directions because of a police incident. It's at the Black Horse Junction up to Bell Lane. Buses in the local area are on diversion as a result. If you're making your way into the city centre, it is starting to look a little bit busier now as we head through Saturday morning. Approaches from the Acox Green and Moseley area looking busy. Also quite heavy through Kings Heath at the moment with quite a lot of traffic making its way along the High Street up towards the junction near to the B4122, all the way through up towards the bridge, the branch up to Ulster Road. So if you're making your journey along the High Street, it is pretty stop-start for the time being. Very heavy as well through Kings Norton. Lots of extra traffic heading in and around the Pershore Road, looking very busy up towards the Northfield area, and that could be a result of the problems that we're seeing through there due to this closure. On the motorways, though, looking pretty steady for us on the cameras and sensors. So if you're M6 bound, looking like a clear picture for our stretch. The M5 and the M42 also trouble-free so far this morning. If you can update us, call BBC WM 95.6 travel on 0330 123 3550.
Your football in the West Midlands.
This weekend, BBC WM presents 3 live FM commentaries.
Saturday's early kick-off brings you Wolves versus Ipswich.
From 3, it's the Baggies away at Palace.
With Watford against Blues on DAB.
Then on Sunday,
hear exclusive FM commentary of the FA Cup semi-final.
Villa versus Liverpool, live from Wembley.
With special guest former Villa manager John Gregory.
On BBC WM 95.6.
03453 009956. Lucy's in Lichfield. Good morning, Lucy.
Morning, Ian.
How are you doing? You all right?
Yeah, I'm all right, you?
You know what? My eyes are a little bit... But I've started taking this new medicine, right? And it's made my eyes go all boggly. My eyes are like, they're pinging all over the place. I feel like a raver in a field in 1986. It's outrageous. And my mind... I was
going to say, you look like someone, but I'm not allowed to talk about politics, am I?
Well, hang on. Well, who do I look like?
Well, yeah, think of a leader with really boggly eyes.
Hang on a minute. You're saying I look like Nicola Sturgeon? How dare you? Other leaders, the full list of boggly eyes is available somewhere on the internet. Lucy, I've got a beard at the moment, and this is the biggest beard I've ever had, and I'm proper going for it now.
Are you going to be a hipster?
Well, no, I'm not going to be a hipster because I'm not a complete... I nearly swore then. I'm not a complete belle, but it's the bushiest it's ever been, and I haven't got a job where I need to be seen until the end of May. The end of May, Lucy! And I think I'm going to go for it. I'm going to see what happens.
Wow.
I was watching this is how sad I am. I was watching The Beard Doctor on YouTube. I was watching Beard... he's like the Zoella, but for men in their 40s. Although Zoella could also be for men in their 40s. But and he tells you how to groom, this sentence continues, your beard.
You have to wax it or something?
Well, yeah, apparently you do. So I'm going to go to, I don't know, like Boots. I need to buy a comb. I need to buy a comb, and I'm going to buy some like beard wax because the pomade. We're having this conversation. Let's go for it. The pomade I use in my hair, Lucy, it's just a little bit too sticky to go on the beard.
Oh.
A little bit too sticky. Do you like men with beards, Luce?
No, not at all.
Well, that's that.
No, we had this conversation last night.
We did.
A man bun is okay, but a man bun and a beard.
A
man bun.
A man bun?
Yes.
What's a man bun?
Well, the guys are kind of growing their hair long and having it in a bun, aren't they?
No. Yeah, and those are the kind of dirty people you see riding on their bicycles in and out of traffic, delivering parcels and blood. No. The man bun is almost as bad as the bald old man with a ponytail. Mick Fleetwood, you listening?
Oh, no, it's not that bad.
The man bun is awful, Luce.
Oh, no, it could be quite attractive, actually. Just not with a beard.
Okay, all right. Well, listen.
Are you getting multicoloured beard? Because when beards grow, very often you get other colours coming in, don't you?
Yeah, I'm very grey at the sides, yeah. And no. Let me retract that. I'm not grey at the sides. I'm white at the sides. The sides of my beard is white. Anyway, Luce, what have you got?
Well, I was driving along this morning and I saw 3 driving instructor cars. That's not a proper sentence, is it?
I wonder what because obviously we have a gaggle of geese. I learnt the one for lobster the other day, and I can't remember what it's called. It's called like a risk. I think it's a risk of lobsters. I wonder what the collective term for a load of driving instructors is. A death trap?
Anyway.
Yes. Sorry, Lucy. I'm still trying to win you over, but I know I can't because of the beard thing. We fall at the beard hurdle. I think that was a jump in the Grand National last week. Anyway, Lucy, would you please get to the point? We finish at midday. Crying out loud.
Yeah, anyway.
Yes, boss.
Anyway.
Yes.
Yeah, I noticed that all the driving instructors are wearing high-vis tabards.
Oh.
Which is really, really stupid. But I don't know whether this is like a new rule that's coming for driving instructors. But if it is, why?
Well, hang on a minute. Let's work through this. Why do you think it's really stupid?
Well, we've never had driving instructors with high-vis tabards on before because they're inside the car. When we were younger.
We never used to have to wear driving seatbelts when we were younger. But that makes perfect sense.
Really? Tabards? High-vis tabards?
Here's the thing. Were they the instructors or were they the examiners?
Well...
I suppose you stopped to ask, did you?
I don't know.
Yeah.
No, I didn't.
No,
I could have jumped out and see if they could have done the emergency stop and ask, but
yeah.
No, I just, even if they were examining, why would you need a high-vis?
Lucy, I know, having seen the recent disappointing listener figures, I know that we've had a real upswing in the number of driving instructors that listen to this show. So 03453 009956. Wagwan, guys, wagwan. Anything else, Lucy?
No, I think that's it. Can we have a picture of your beard, though?
You follow me on Twitter?
I don't do Twitter. Can't you Facebook it on the?
Oh, I don't know. They won't give me the Facebook. They won't give me the Facebook passwords. Oh, look, I've just had an angry email. Christopher, do you want to hear this? Iain, you're a brilliant broadcaster. Thank you. But why did you feel compelled to jabber drivel over Frank Sinatra's "I've Got You Under My Skin" from Chris in Hales Owen? Well, Chris, I can only apologise.
Never mention Danny Kelly on your show again.
Lucy, nice to talk to you. Ta-ta. Bye-bye. Good morning, Mohammed.
Good morning. How are you?
How did you feel yesterday not being able to call in the show? Were you kind of scratching, climbing the walls?
No, I just turned you off.
What? Oh,
I just turned you off.
That backfired spectacularly.
No, I never.
Go on, Mohammed, what you got for us today?
What's all this grooming of your beard?
Well, I'm growing a beard.
Yeah.
And it's the longest time I've grown it. And
how long is it?
Well, I mean, it's not that long. I think I've probably not had a shave for about maybe 4 weeks, 6 weeks, something like that. I don't really know.
It's not long.
It's not long at all. I mean, you've had a beard for, what, 20 years?
No, I haven't.
10 years?
I've only been Muslim 2 years.
Are you not allowed to have a beard before that?
Yeah, I grew a beard.
Do you have to
Muslim?
Do Muslim? What? No, I don't mean this will sound flippant, Mohammed, but I don't. It's a genuine question, okay? Why do Muslims have to have beards? Can you be a Muslim? You can be a Muslim and not have a beard?
Yeah.
Then why do so many Muslims have beards? What is it? What is there any reason for it? Is it cultural? It's not dictated to in the Quran. It's just they think they look nice.
Well, we follow the Sunnah, the Prophet Muhammad.
Yeah.
Peace be upon him. And
always.
So we as Sunni Muslims, we grow what is called a Sunnah beard. Like, there's a certain length.
It's kind of long and straight, isn't it?
Well, some people
it's
like
not
to
hipster.
keep it that way, but you don't have to do that.
And is that because Muhammad had a beard?
Yes.
Okay.
Mohammed would have had a beard, yes.
I'm not taking the mick, Mohammed. This is genuine. I'm genuinely coming from a place of naivety and wishing to learn.
I mean, I was mixed up with it when I first became Muslim, and the guy in the office, he said, he got it up on the computer and he showed me, he says, look, and he showed me a variety of different types of beards.
Yeah.
And he says, and some of them were the most outrageous looking beards you've seen, and there's guys in Pakistan, like, for instance, who don't have beards, but they grow these ridiculous, massive, big moustaches that twirl out,
Yes.
And he says, why do you think they do that? I said, I don't know, but it looks pretty frightening. He says, exactly. He says, well, they're the police in Pakistan. He says, and that's how they
Oh, yeah, they do. Yes, I've seen those fellas.
Yeah,
so, Mohammed, do you do any grooming of your beard? Do you comb it? Do you put pomade on? Any product? And do you spritz it? What happens to the Mohammed beard, Mohammed?
Well, I get it trimmed on a regular basis down at the barber shop.
Yes.
Because before we go to the mosque for prayer, we have to wash 5 times a day, as we pray 5 times a day. So the beard is washed with cold water 5 times a day, and then just generally wash it the way you would normally wash yourself in the morning, like a shower.
Mohammed, do you like the Beatles?
Yes, I do, yeah.
That's handy. Because we got some coming up now.
I've just seen her face, I can't forget the time or place where we just met. She's just the girl for me, and I want all the world to see we've met. Had it been another day, I might have looked the other way, and I'd have never been aware. But I said, yes, I'll dream of her tonight. Falling, yes, I am falling, and she keeps calling me back again. I have never known the like of this. I've been alone and I have missed things and kept out of sight. But other girls were never quite like this. Falling, yes, I'm falling, and she keeps calling me back again. She keeps calling me back again. I've just seen her face, I can't forget the time or place where we just met. She's just the girl for me, and I want all the world to see we've met. Falling, yes, I'm falling, and she keeps calling me back again. Falling, yes, I'm falling, and she keeps calling back again. Oh, falling, yes, I'm falling, and she keeps calling me back again.
All the music that sounds crackly, it sounds dirty, it sounds wonderful, sir. All the music is coming from records today. Iain, what do these people... Oh. Kev, come on now. These are the texts, by the way. 81333. Start your text WM. And it turns out, finish your text with a bad joke. Kev. I'm going to read it, Kev, as a lesson to everybody. We expect more from you than this. What do people... excuse me. What do people with all those car boots there buy? Never understood those car boot sales. He's implying that they go and buy car boots. Iain, why a car boot? You won't get much for yourself. When I was young, I thought car boot is where you buy one for your car. Oh, Richard, you're both doing the same... Morning, Iain. I can't find the story about a tortoise. There is a story about a tortoise, right? And I've written down in my system, it's on page 22 of the Daily Mirror, and I cannot for the life of me find it. I can't find the tortoise. There is a story about a chicken on page 20. Hope that helps, says Louise. Let's have a look at the... chickens. There is a there is a story about a chicken. A farmer at school for children with learning difficulties is trying to find a new home for a cockerel that starts crowing at 3 a.m. Oh, Flip, don't get me started on cockerels. There is a massive cockerel that near where I live. Well, it doesn't wake me up, actually, because I get up at 5 to 4 now. But on the weekends, it starts crowing at 4:30. 4:30 in the morning. I'm very, very tempted to go around and do something. A neighbour complained that Billy's racket sets the donkeys braying. What? Oh, dearie me. That's not the story I'm after. And Jay says, McDonald's used to give Beanie Babies away with Happy Meals back in the day. Back in the day. Okay, well, I'm going to... 034, another hour of this nonsense. 03453 009956. It's time for me to be quiet for a few minutes, because I see Mr. Lover. Oh, romantic is getting ready for the news, so...
On FM, Freeview, digital radio and online. Your voice in the West Midlands.
BBC WM 95.6.
Well, go on, Chris.
Thank you very much. Good afternoon. The teenager has died after being stabbed in Birmingham. 18-year-old Sheriff Mbai died in hospital just 2 hours after he received multiple stab wounds in a scuffle outside the KFC in Northfield just before 5 yesterday afternoon. Another man is in a critical condition in hospital. An 18-year-old man has been arrested on suspicion of murder. BBC WM's Tom Cook has been given a police statement.
Well, we've got this statement from Detective Inspector Harry Harrison, who's leading this investigation. He says that his condolences go to the family of Sheriff, who are heartbroken at losing their loved one. He goes on to say he wants to reassure them that many people who were in the area at the time responded admirably to the terrible situation which confronted them. Both victims were tended to. Details of possible people or vehicles involved were relayed to police, and their assistance has been invaluable to their investigation.
Police in Wolverhampton are reassuring people living in a street in Penn after armed police surrounded a house there last night. They thought a man called Dylan Jackson, who's wanted over the murder of Herman Louis Simpson in the city on Monday, was holed up in a house on Oxbarn Avenue. He wasn't, and Oxbarn Avenue was closed between Treacle Road and Hazel Road for around 6 hours until the area was declared safe last night. 3 men from Birmingham accused of attempting to smuggle themselves out of the UK in a lorry to join the Islamic State group will appear in court again next month. Gabriel Rasmus, Anas Abdallah and Mahmoud Dini were arrested in Dover by officers from the West Midlands Counter-Terrorism Unit on Friday the 3rd of April. They've been remanded in custody after appearing at Westminster Magistrates. They'll appear at the Old Bailey on May the 14th. Australian police have charged an 18-year-old man with planning to carry out a terrorist attack in Melbourne. 5 men aged 18 and 19 were arrested in early morning raids involving about 200 police officers. It's believed the group, inspired by Islamic State extremists, were plotting to target police at a ceremony to remember Australia's war dead. 4 men who used umbrellas to hide behind have been jailed for a total of 27.5 years for a string of robberies on shops in the Black Country. They raided 13 shops over a 53-day period between April and June last year. Ashley Evans, Marcus Morgan, Liam Bell and Trey Richardson got away with around £145,000 in one robbery. They burst into Asda in Coseley armed with a handgun, a knife and a hammer. And visitors from all over the country are at Cofton Park today to mark the 10th anniversary of the collapse of MG Rover. It's the annual Pride of Longbridge rally, and the organisers are also hoping that there'll be the largest ever collection of cars and other vehicles built at the plant there. The event started in 2006, a year after MG Rover collapsed.
Your sport in the West Midlands
on BBC WM 95.6.
And it's a massive weekend of football with 3 live commentary games here on BBC WM. The first sees Wolves at home to Ipswich at lunchtime in a real 6-pointer with both teams fighting to be in the playoffs. The second commentary game at 3 sees West Brom travel to Crystal Palace. The Baggies still need points again to be sure of Premier League football next season. Elsewhere today, Blues are away at promotion chasing Watford in the Championship. We'll have that one live on DAB in Birmingham. The on-loan pair of Diego Fabrini and Lloyd Dyer won't be available to Blues boss Gary Rowett as they can't play against their parent club. But Rowett wants his team to show real hunger at Vicarage Road later.
Listen, we've got to go there and play like we normally would do if it was the first game of the season away from home at Watford. You know, make it as difficult as we can. Certain elements of away performance that we've got to have and we've probably not done as well. in a 90-minute spell. We've done it in periods, but we've not done it over 90 minutes, and I think that's something we need to look at, being a little bit more dogged away from home and tougher and harder to score against, certainly.
Finally this afternoon, Walsall are away to Crewe, and a win should see the Saddlers safe in League One. Our third live commentary game this weekend, well, that comes from Wembley tomorrow. Aston Villa take on Liverpool in the FA Cup semi-final. Former Villa boss John Gregory will be part of the commentary team here on BBC WM 95.6. Reading play Arsenal in the first semi-final later on today. And the weather, a fine and dry day. Sunny spells, highs of 15 Celsius, 59 Fahrenheit. Dry tonight, lows of 3 Celsius, 37 Fahrenheit. Tomorrow, a mainly cloudy day with perhaps a few bright spells at times. And that's your news and sport for the West Midlands. It's 4 minutes past 11.
Never mention Danny Kelly on your show again.
Now, Chris,
Yeah.
turn the music. You've had a tough week, mate, haven't you?
Why?
What's happened to you this week? Tell the boys and girls, the ladles and jelly spoons, just because everyone thinks, oh, Chris comes in and he's a cheery kind of guy, comes in and delivers the headlines, he does the serious stuff, and he goes to the light height stuff, he does the sport. But behind the smiles, Chris, there is actually a lot of sadness, isn't there? What happened to you this week, mate?
Nothing.
You've been very modest. We got a new boss here at BBC WM 95.6, and can I just say, she's the best boss I have ever worked with, honestly. She really knows exactly what she's doing. Will that work? And even she was moved by your plight this week, wasn't she? Email sent round to all staff. For Chris's phone, can you have a look, please? He's mislaid it. That's from the actual boss of BBC WM 95.6.
Did you hear what happened?
Well, go on. Why don't you tell us all what happened? Yeah.
I did mislay my phone.
Hey.
I was quite worried.
Yeah, you would be.
Yeah. Right arm being cut off and everything without your phone.
Yeah.
Went to security.
Well, not literally, because if your right arm had been cut off, you could still use your left arm to dial.
Yeah. Went to security.
Yeah.
Said
who are excellent here, by
brilliant,
the way.
Absolutely fantastic. And said,
they're as good as security in Next or Topshop, aren't they? They really care about their
better.
Yes.
Asked if it had been handed in.
Yeah.
They said no.
Yeah.
20 minutes I'm running around frantic.
Oh, mate, I'm so sorry. Yeah.
Went back.
Yeah.
Are you sure it's not been handed in? Yeah. Oh, actually, now you mention it, it has. There it was.
Oh, mate. So you've learnt where did you put it? What had you done with it?
I don't know.
Yeah. So you've learnt your lesson.
I've learnt it.
Oh, brilliant. That's great. Oh, one thing. Where's your phone now, mate?
You've got it, haven't you?
Sorry?
Have you got it?
Huh?
I haven't got it. Have you got it? I don't know where my phone is. I thought it was in my pocket. It's not.
No, it's not. No. It's definitely. I know for a fact it's not in your pocket.
Oh, can I have it back?
Nope.
Saturdays with Iain Lee
on BBC WM 95.6.
Your voice in the West Midlands.
Smoothly done. Smoothly done. Morning, guys. Iain Lee, BBC WM 95.6. After yesterday's no regular show, anybody can come in. Anybody. Regulars, non-regular, open house. Nothing in the papers. We spent an hour talking about a Beanie Baby. An hour. Oh, man. I've been trying to find this flipping tortoise story. Tortoise. Is there any pet? This is the next hour. Let's find the 10 most useless pets of all time. I've got 2 of them. A rabbit. Don't do nothing. I tell you what my rabbit does. He's still looking for his phone. He won't find it in there, mate. My rabbit, all it tries to do is try to make love to the football. That's all it does. We've also got stick insects. Boring. Stick insects. He can come in here if he wants to have a look for it. The world's most boring animals, please. 03453 009956. Christine is on the line. Good morning, Christine.
Good morning.
What have you got for us, Chris? Is there any pet more dull than the rabbit or the stick insect?
Rabbits are all right.
Now, tell me what they do, mate.
Well, one chewed my handbag up once when I was at my son's. It was an indoor rabbit.
And what did it do?
It chewed the strap of my handbag up.
And that's a good thing, is it?
Well, that proves they know. But anyhow, about this tortoise.
Tortoise, yes.
Yes, page 27 of the Mirror.
Oh, hang on a minute. Well, I've written down 22 in my infallible filing system. I'm very rarely... Oh, there it is, page 27 of the Mirror.
Shell shock at return of pet.
Would you like to read it out for the boys and girls?
Right.
Here we go.
A missing 109-year-old tortoise has been reunited with his owner after going walkabout 11 months ago. Wendy Stokes was devastated when Toby went off through an open gate. A driver spotted him and took him to a rescue centre. He was then rehomed to a couple 22 miles away. Wendy's surname was painted on Toby's shell, and the couple from Margate tracked her down by ringing every Stokes in Kent. Do you want the last bit?
Why would they? Why would you? First of all, you're not allowed to paint on tortoises anymore.
No, we've had a tortoise since 1969.
Oh. What's it called?
It was a big one when we had it. The children wanted it.
Yeah.
Now, it's getting... Because I ruined him, I think. Him is a her.
You ruined your tortoise?
Yeah. Well, I hand-fed him and all that.
Oh,
but it's a female, Fred.
So what do you mean you ruined it?
Well, I
Did you get it drunk?
I hand-fed it. I hand-fed it.
Ah.
You see, we had a guinea pig at the same time.
Yeah, oh.
And the guinea pig used to pinch all the food off it.
Yeah.
So I ended up hand-feeding. But now my son's looking after it because I'm at the wrong time of life.
You're never at the wrong time of life. Oh, hang on a second. Yeah, Chris, what can I do for you, mate?
I've got my phone.
Sorry?
You've got my phone.
I don't know.
Have you got his phone?
No, Christine. Christine, I think he's been drinking.
Christine, he's got my phone.
Has he?
He's got my phone.
Where is the phone, mate? Can you see it?
I don't know where it is, but when I was looking down when I was reading the news, you disappeared. I thought you must have gone to the toilet, spend a penny, but you've taken my phone.
I did, mate. Listen, my toilet breaks are very precious. I'm not gonna. Can you believe this, Dave? He's accusing me of thievery.
Have a word, Dave.
It's in his pocket.
Christine, have you? Yeah, come and frisk me. Christine, have you got his phone?
No, I've got my own here.
Okay. Dave, have you got his phone?
Yeah, I have, yeah.
Yeah, well, Dave's got it in Sutton Coldfield. Honestly, mate, you listen.
Everybody will have to apologise to you now.
Yeah, sorry, Dave. Listen, that's okay. You're welcome. Because listen, you lost it this week. You should have learnt a very important lesson.
I know.
It's not my fault. You lost it twice in 1 week, mate.
I left it on my desk though, Ian. It's a sensible thing to do.
But it's not really not on the BBC. Have you read the recent stories about the BBC? Yeah, I think you know what I'm talking about. I'm really sorry I can't help you, mate. But best of luck in your journey. Okay.
Stick it round his neck on a chain or something.
Yeah, that's a good. Stick it round your neck on a chain. Hey, what? That's actually not a bad idea.
Good idea.
If all you need is like Jay-Z or P Diddy to do that, you got yourself a trend.
That's what I'm going to do from now on.
Got yourself a trend.
When I get a new phone, I'll do that.
Okay, well, I don't know if you noticed, I'm a bit busy. I'm doing a radio show, so
bye.
Probably have to do this conversation later. Thank you, mate. Good luck. I really hope you find it. Really?
Anyhow, about these stick insects.
Yes, the stick insects.
Or when my children were young. I mean, I've got grandchildren now, but when they were young, they brought some home from school, didn't they?
Oh, did they?
And we used to have to cut privet off for them.
Yeah, all right.
And then they suddenly disappeared.
Chris, what's wrong, mate?
And then...
Hang on, sorry, Christine.
Oh,
Chris
sorry.
is barging... But what's wrong, Chris? Have you got to go and do the news headlines or something?
He's playing with my phone.
Oh, is this yours? Oh, mate, I am so sorry. I've been, you know, I wondered whose this was.
Oh, thanks, Ian.
I'm so sorry.
Really kind of you. If it wasn't for you.
You see, Chris?
Hey?
You see? Really,
Ian.
thank you, mate.
Chaos.
There we go. Thank you, mate. Ta-ta. Ta-ta.
Has he gone?
Yeah, thank goodness.
Oh.
I
Well,
think he's been
these
drinking.
stick insects.
Tell Dave. Go on.
They disappeared for ages, and then they suddenly appeared again. Heaven knows where they'd been.
Well, the thing about stick insects, they would have been laying eggs somewhere.
Well, that was probably it.
Yeah,
wasn't it?
so you're going to get loads of baby stick insects coming out of the woodwork.
Oh, well, these turned up. They were the big ones. They weren't babies.
Someone on Twitter has said, is it a slow news day, Ian? Yes. Very
Yeah.
slow news day. Very slow news day.
I'll have a quick look through the paper, see if there's anything
Thank you,
more
Christine.
interesting.
Morning, Dave. What you got for us?
I was just ringing in about the tortoise.
Is
story,
there
mate.
any...
It's on page 15 of the Sun.
Oh, it's on all the papers, is it? Blimey, I've spent all morning... They're very dull pets, aren't they?
What tortoise?
Yeah. What do they do?
I don't know, mate. They live a long time now, don't they?
Well, they do live a long time. The thing is, as well, that they move really fast. That's the thing. Everyone thinks they move very slowly, but they move very, very fast. Great call, Dave. Thanks. What you got, Marky?
Well, I was just thinking tortoises. It is a slow news day, literally. But then you just said they move really fast.
Wow, you coughed in my ear to tell me that?
Yeah.
Flipping heck. Oh, and I've got rid of the record thing now. Look, now Chris has really muffed this show up in so many ways. Hang on a second. That one's 2. That goes there. Bish, bash, bosh. Here's a record.
carry on. I know that you would say he's gone. Black slacks, mostly in the head, black slacks. Well, that's what I said, black slacks. I'm the cat pajamas, cause I run around with crazy little mamas. Well, the girls all look when I go by. It's what I wear that makes inside black slacks. I wear a red bow tie, black slacks. They say to me, oh my, black slacks, with a cat chain down to my knees. I ain't nothing but a real cool breeze, black slacks. Black slacks.
Morning, Iain Lee, BBC WM 95.6. So car boot sales, celebrities you've not recognised, Beanie Babies, tortoises.
I'm raring to go. When I put them on, I'm raring to go. When I put them on, I'm raring to go. Black slacks.
And can we find the list of the most boring pets of all time? So far, tortoises, rabbits and stick insects. 03453 009956.
Your travel news in the West Midlands.
BBC WM 95.6.
Let's get the travel news. Here's Liz Ann.
Thanks, Ian. Trouble still continues for Northfield's stretch of the Bristol Road, heading in both directions as a closure because of a police incident between Blackhorse Junction and the Bell Lane. So watch out through there. The bus routes in the local area are all on diversion as a result. If you're heading out through Moseley, Wake Green Road is partially blocked by an accident at College Road. It's just on the roundabout there, causing a bit of disruption for journeys in the Moseley area. Not doing too badly though on other routes around Birmingham as we head through towards the mid-morning to midday stretch. It is busier as you would expect for people heading in and around town. Also quite heavy now as you're heading out towards the Wolverhampton stretch. So routes in towards the city there all looking a bit busier. And if you're heading up towards Lichfield, well again similar story really. As we head towards midday, people making their journeys out. It is a little bit busier but all moving well. There's certainly no incidents or major disruption to journeys through there. Motorway wise, it's looking clear for you for the M6. A little bit busy as you get up towards the M5 interchange where the roadworks continue, but past there all moving well for you north and southbound. If you can update us, call BBC WM 95.6 travel on 0330 123 3550.
He was the original pop idol.
If I look back on all the stuff that I've done in and out of music, I'm really proud of it.
Who sold over 12 million records.
This is really amazing. Don't forget this. You know, it really was a film moment.
This Wednesday, I'll be talking to singer Will Young.
I just love this. I haven't said goodbye to this character yet. So I said to Bill Kenwright, can I take it on tour?
BBC WM 95.6.
Here Will talk about his career in music, film and theatre, plus a special acoustic performance.
Like a river passing through me.
This Wednesday from 4.
Like a river taking me home.
Literally nothing in the papers. Well, I say literally, that's a lie. Let me rephrase. Loads in the papers, it's all rubbish. Most of the front pages of the... by the way, if you want to call in, 03453 009956, most of the front pages of the newspapers seem to contain a picture of the Queen crossing her fingers. What, she hoping that she outlives Charles? Is that what she's hoping for? Good morning, Maggie.
Morning.
Good morning, Maggie.
Morning.
You have a rough night, Mags?
Yeah.
What did you get up to last night, Maggie?
Drinking a couple of pints.
Drinking a couple of pints? A couple of pints of gin?
Gerbil, no. Gerbil.
Gerbil?
Yeah.
What's gerbil?
Gerbil, a little bit no good.
Oh,
Sleeping.
Okay, so the gerbil is... You weren't drinking 2 pints of gerbil last night. You are talking about the rose rubber. What's the difference between a gerbil, a hamster and a guinea pig?
All sleeping.
All sleeping. Well, Maggie, this really has been a fantastic phone call.
And, you know, Bonnie Langford.
Yes, I do know Bonnie Langford, yes.
She's old, but she looks like a little girl, doesn't she?
Oh, well done, yes. Can you stop coughing? Because it really sounds like you're going to be sick in my ear.
Oh, Bonnie, she looks like a girl.
We are talking about women that... OK, shut up. Women that look like little girls and men that look like little boys. Here's the thing about Bonnie Langford, right?
Mm.
Nothing special. Bit weird. Bonnie Langford. A bit weird, right? Never really thought highly of her. And then one day I was in the same room as Bonnie Langford.
Oh, good.
She exudes... She is transmitting messages on such a high sexual frequency that men were falling at her feet. She zapped them with her sex and they fell at her feet. And Maggie, I was one of those men. Honestly, there is an aura about her. It's Bonnie Langford, for crying out loud. But when you meet her, there is an aura about her, Maggie, that is just... It's tangible. It's delicious. It's delectable. You want to eat it.
You got a new boss?
Yes, sir.
Is she listening?
Probably, yeah.
Could we have Iain Lee on every day, please?
Oh, Maggie, like she's going to listen to a drunk blind man pretending that he's a woman. Thank you, Maggie. Yeah, I got wise to you calling in yesterday, Mags. 03453. Yeah, because I'm saying that. Hang on a second. We're the BBC. Of course they're going to listen to a drunk blind man pretending to be a woman. That's about all of the boxes ticked. 03453 009956 is the telephone number if you want to give us a call. Fussy mum is gift wrapped over birthday. Gift wrapped. Oh, I like that. A demanding mum's email about gifts for her son's first birthday is taking the internet by storm. The woman, who's not been named, it's like the mum. Did you see this story yesterday in the papers? You got all the politicians going around. Did you see this story, Ranjit, right?
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Yeah, how'd you feel yesterday going cold turkey?
It was fantastic.
Yeah, it was great for me as well. Well, we could strike a deal. You don't call again.
I can do that.
All right, bye then.
Bye.
You going to hang up or shall I?
You can hang up.
OK, thank you. OK, well, that was easy. Little resistance. There's a kid. All the politicians are going to schools and being seen by, and there's the great the picture of David Cameron reading to, I think, a 9-year-old girl and her yawning and pretending to fall asleep. Did you see that? It's brilliant. Her putting her head on the desk. So there's a fella, I think it was Labour, I'm not sure, was at a school yesterday talking to a 10-year-old boy. If you could vote, 10-year-old boy, who would you vote for? UKIP. Oh, why is that? Because they're going to get rid of all the foreigners. And his mum demanded not to be identified. I wonder why. The woman, who has not been named, wrote to family and friends with a list of rules about his presence and demanded receipts. Well, I don't know if that's demanding or fussy. That's sensible, isn't it? She said, when we return items without receipts, we only get 50% of the value. So it's like throwing away money if you don't include a receipt with the gifts. Well, that's sensible, isn't it? We should all give receipts when we give gifts. That makes perfect sense. She added, please refrain from any personalised gifts that will be used out... All right, this is nuts. I'll give you this. This is absolutely nuts. Please refrain from any personalised gifts that would be used outside of the house. Clothing with names is the number one thing that leads to kidnapping. Clothing with names is the number one thing that leads to kidnapping. Are you nuts? Really? Come on. I said... Clothing with names is the number one thing that leads to kidnapping. The woman made a list of gifts she wanted and wrote, if you are unable to get these, please let us know so we can buy them right away. 03453 009956. All the music today is coming from records. What are you going to do about it? Not very good at queuing them up.
All in that pretty little head of yours. What goes on in that place in the dark? Well, I used to know a girl and I could have sworn that her name was Veronica. Well, she used to have a carefree mind of her own and a delicate look in her eye. These days I'm afraid she's not even sure if her name is Veronica. Do you suppose the waves in hands and eyes Veronica? Veronica. to 5 years ago, when the world was the street where she lived, and the young man sailed on a ship in the sea with a picture of Veronica on the Empress of India. And as she closed her eyes upon the world and picked upon the bones of last week's news, just spoke his name out loud again. Do you suppose the waves and hands and eyes Veronica gone to hide him all the time? She laughs at those and shout her name and steal her clothes. Veronica, Veronica sits in her favorite chair. She sits very quiet and still, and they call her a name that they never get right, and if they don't, then nobody else will. But she used to have a carefree mind of her own, with the devilish look in her eye, saying, you can call me anything you like, but my name is Veronica. Do you suppose the rains and hands and eyes Veronica gone to hide him all the time? She laughs at those who shout her name and steal her clothes.
Morning, Stephen.
Good morning, Iain.
What you got for us, boss?
Sorry?
What have you got for us, my boss? My love?
Well,
my light?
I was going to say to you what a good show it was yesterday until you had somebody singing the hen song, whatever that was.
We had...
That was weird. That was... Don't play it.
A little hen. I spoke to Caroline Martin yesterday.
Right.
Yeah. She's concerned about the flirting that's going on between us, Steve.
Well, there is no flirting on my part.
Well,
Iain.
though, you say that, Steve, but I think that's part of the flirt, you see.
You're doing it already.
Yeah, cheeky little giggle, little breathless giggle, little hand onto the top of the chest. Me, sir? No, sir, I couldn't be flirting, sir. Not me, sir. I'm in a relationship, sir. Wink. Nudge. I see what you're doing, Stephen. I'm not falling for it. Got your card, mate. Got your card, sunshine. And now I'm flirting. Stephen, what you got for us?
Oh, dear. Right.
Catch your breath. I know you're blushing. Yes.
I've lost my train of thought. The birthday list. Now, that letter, I looked it up online when you just mentioned it. And I was reading it. I thought, oh, she's doing all right. And she was doing all right until she got halfway down.
Because the bit for me was...
The first bit was all right.
The receipts thing is great. But please refrain from any personalised gifts that will be used outside of the house. Clothing with names is the number one thing that leads to kidnapping. I would suggest that it's nutty people are the number one thing that leads to... Kidnappers are the number one thing that leads to kidnapping.
Well, exactly. But I think, even before that, the receipt thing, the whole thing, because remember I spoke to you last week and I said about people that want money for the wedding, so they dress it up in a long poem.
Yeah.
I'm all for people asking for what they want.
Yeah.
However, as somebody giving a gift,
yes,
I allocate a budget to what I'm going to buy that person, and I don't care what they then do.
For those who don't know, Stephen, am I correct, Stephen? Stephen's last wedding gift to someone was he paid for the dogs of the bride to be babysat for the day of the wedding.
That's right. Well, actually, it was the week in the end because they went away.
In that case,
but she got everything here. She got everything she wanted. She said, I need someone to look after the dogs. I said, I'll sort it.
Dogs, leave that. I'll sort that one out. Go on, off you go, girl. That is done. Are you going to do it for me, Stephen? No, I'm going to pay someone.
Yeah, well, I was at the wedding. I couldn't do it. I couldn't bring them with me. It defeats the object.
I hate weddings, right?
Yes.
Could stop there, but I won't. I hate weddings where they say, yeah, no kids allowed. Sorry?
Yeah, you said that. That's what I don't have kids.
Am
so
I
that
repeating
didn't bother
myself?
me.
Am I repeating myself? There is no... And if I said that, then I would have said this, but I'm going to say it again. That what makes a wedding is a 7-year-old boy doing skids on his knees in front of the disc jockey. It's not a wedding until that's happened. Until a 5-year-old girl in a fairy dress has fallen asleep in her uncle's lap. That's a wedding, guys. And if you don't want my kids to come, then I don't want to be friends to you because you are not celebrating the circle of life.
Right, okay.
Sorry, Stephen, a little bit of a random. You can tell I got beef.
Yeah, you've got beef. But going back to this letter, where she was complaining that she only gets 50% back
Yes.
when she takes gifts back, bearing in mind the idea of a gift is that it's for free and someone's giving it you out the kindness of their heart.
Yes.
At the end of the day, when I give somebody a gift, I don't care what they do with it, how long it lasts, or how long they break it. They're not getting another one. So if they get 50% back at the shop, I don't care.
Yes. What? Yes. What was the point? Is that the point?
That was the point. I think it's
I
a bit
don't know.
cheeky
Did you make a point in the end?
Thank you, Ian.
No, sorry, I'm just changing records. I didn't realise that you'd made a point. No, tell me what the point was.
The point was she's a cheeky mare, but half the letter was good.
Oh, have you finished the point? I'm trying to... I've got to come all the way back over it. The thing is, yes, it's great that I'm playing records, but they're right over the back of the studio, the record player. It takes me about 5 minutes to walk over there.
Oh, dear.
Well, thanks for calling, Stephen.
You're very welcome.
Ta-ta. 03453 009956. We're compiling a list of the dullest pets available. So far, rabbits, stick insects, gerbils, hamsters and guinea pigs. I mean, they're all kind of the same pet, aren't they? They're all the same thing. John in Redditch on the texts, 81333, starting his text WM, of course. Ian, you're right about tortoises. They don't seem to do anything other than eat, sleep and defecate. Just like my teenage son. Oh, dear. Dearie me. Goldfish are so boring, says Richard. Yeah, they are. Goldfish are the hardest creature to keep alive. They're so... We got through... When we got goldfish for our kids, we got through so many fish. They just kept dying. The number of fish funerals I've conducted in my downstairs toilet. Goldfish are so boring. I used to hate it when they gave you one at the fairs. You didn't have to take it, Richard. You could have just said, do you know what? Nah. I'm not going to bother with that one. Thank you very much. Hang on. Someone's asking me to do something for them. Hang on a second. What on earth is this? Check out the text maniacs in the Daily Star. I text in as pub lunch. Can you let me know if my text is printed today, please, as I am at work? Says, I'm not going to do your skivvy work. Are you one of those people that texts in to newspapers and says, whoa, that Gemma Arterton is one hot babe. Any chance of a pic? And they put a picture of her in her bra. Is he not one of those texts, are you? Ian, when you mentioned the Beanie Baby, I thought you meant the television presenter Sarah. It got me worried as we've been having an affair. 03453 009956.
He was the original pop idol.
If I look back on all the stuff that I've done in and out of music, I'm really proud of it.
Who sold over 12 million records.
This is really amazing. Don't forget this. You know, it really was a film moment.
This Wednesday, I'll be talking to singer Will Young.
I just love this. I haven't said goodbye to this character yet. So I said to Bill Kenwright, can I take it on tour?
BBC WM 95.6.
Here Will talk about his career in music, film and theatre, plus a special acoustic performance.
Like a river passing through me.
This Wednesday from 4.
Like a river taking me home. I don't care if you never come home. I don't mind if you just keep on rolling away on a distant sea. 'Cause I don't love you when you don't love me. They cause a commotion when you come to town. You give them a smile and they melt. Having lovers and friends is all good and fine, but I don't like yours and you don't like mine. You get your delights, I'll leave you alone, I'll just let it be. I don't love you and you don't love me. I got a problem, can you relate? I got a woman, call it love hate. We made a vow, we'll always be friends. How could we know that promises end? La, 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 to love you for years upon years. You refused to take me for real. It's time you saw what I want you to see, that I still loved you at just love me. I got a problem, can you relate? I got a woman calling love pain. We made a vow we'd always be friends. How could we know that promises end? La 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 la.
Here we go, guys. I love that. I don't really like Eric Clapton. I love that song, Promises. I only heard it for the first time the other day. I love it. The Krispy Queen. It's not Krispy Kremes. Those Krispy Kreme donuts, I mean, what are they putting in your hair? What's going in there? Because they are so Moorish, aren't they? There's got to be something naughty in there, because I've never tasted anything so delicious in my life. I mean, other donuts are available, but really, why would you... Do you remember in the 70s and the 80s, all we had was sticky donuts with jam in, or with the holes... That was it. That was a donut. God bless America, really, for inventing that stuff. I assume they're American. I've got literally no idea. Woman lives on 4 bowls of cereal a day and hasn't had veg for 18 years. By Inderdeep Baines. That's a name. 03453 009956. By the way, if you want to call, because the last 25 minutes could be stodgy. A young woman says she lives on almost nothing but Rice Krispies. Rice Krispies they're kind of the nothing of cereals, aren't they? They're primarily air. And insists she is still healthier than most people. I'll be the judge of that. Natalie Swindles, 26, eats 4 bowls of the cereal every day. She can't face eating much else and has not tasted a vegetable for nearly 2 decades. My dad, may God rest his soul, never ate vegetables. Never ate vegetables. I think the closest he came to a vegetable was tomato sauce. I think I've got that pretty much right. Hated vegetables. Then when he had a heart attack, that he started... What is it he started eating to try and be a bit healthier? Oh, I think he might have had lettuce in a cheese sandwich every now and then. The bank worker, who says she's never taken a day off sick, stopped eating most other foods from the age of 2. Oh, here we go. Here we go. She reminds me, there was a group, not a pop group, a movement called Breatharians. Have you heard of the Breatharians? Now, the Breatharians, I think that's their name, they believed they could live on oxygen. All they needed to live was oxygen. Didn't need food, like a little sip of water, and that was it. And they were challenged, obviously, by scientists going, well, prove it. No, we don't need to prove it. We know it. We don't eat... Prove it. We don't eat food. We just breathe and a little sip of water at the start of the day. And in the end, the scientists persuaded the leader of the Breatharians, a woman whose name escapes me, I think. Well, I know it escapes me. I think it was a woman. To go into a house for a month with no food, OK? She lasted 2 days. She lasted 2 days! The bank worker, who says she's never taken a day off sick, stopped eating most other foods from the age of 2. She now believes overeating causes more health problems than having a very restricted diet like her own. This is what she says. I think she looks so sensible in the photograph. I think doctors overestimate the amount of vitamins that we need to be healthy. Let's just go through that one more time. I think doctors overestimate the amount of vitamins that we need to be healthy, she said. Yeah, those doctors and their blooming science. Oh, it makes you sick. I think it is about how much you eat, not what you're eating. Well, how does that make any sense? In a typical day, by the way, 03453 009956. In a typical day, Miss Swindles, who was that by? Mr. Wendell's. Who did that song, Marky Mark? Mr. Wendell's.
Arrested Development.
That were the fellas. What was their other big hit? That was their second hit. What was the big hit?
Now you're asking. I don't know.
03453 009956. What was the? I remember I bought their album on cassette in Camden High Street, a pirate copy for £1.50, and one side of it was blank. Mr. Wendell's was the follow-up. What was the first song by? It was quite good, wasn't it? 03453 009956. In a typical day, Miss Swindles will have 2 bowls of Rice Krispies with milk for breakfast, followed by a slice of bread and butter for lunch, and 2 bowls of Rice Krispies again for dinner. Oh, come on. How is this woman still breathing? She will occasionally eat milk chocolate, ready salted crisps and chips. Although she consumes fewer than half of the recommended 2,000 calories for women, Miss Swindles still has an active lifestyle. Oh, man. You see, the thing is, from the photograph in this, you can't quite see. I mean, she looks slim. She looks kind of normal, I guess. Has she got a boyfriend? Yeah, she lives with her boyfriend, Daniel, who's 26. He's pretty cool with it, she says. When we first got together, he tried to make me eat different things. I bet he did. Sorry? But it didn't last very long. It was just pointless. In fact, the last time she tasted a vegetable was 18 years ago when her mother tried to make her a roast dinner and failed. Everyday people! Thank you, Adele, on Twitter. I'm everyday people. Turns out it wasn't that good, actually. I thought it was a better song than that. Thank you, Adele. Dietitian Sean Porter says she's getting a pretty balanced diet, but then nutritionist Dr. Karina Norris says her diet is lacking massively. Well, I mean, it sounds like, with the greatest of respect, this woman is completely and utterly nuts, doesn't it? How can you just eat 4 bowls of cereal and some toast? I mean, yeah, if you're a student, then that's, of course, that's a full meal. That's a full weekly diet. But as a 26-year-old woman, blimey. Hey, now that I've been eating meat for a year, I've still not had a kebab. You want chili sauce with that, my friend? Oh, you know I want chili sauce with that, brother. You know I want chili sauce. I want everything on there. I've still not had a kebab, and every time, for some reason, I can't think about having it. I only think about having a kebab when I'm in Birmingham city centre. And I don't know. I don't know if I'm just subliminally noticing lots of kebab shops. I don't know what the reason is. But being in Birmingham, I just think, I can murder a kebab. Maybe next week. Next week might be the week that I go and have my first kebab. How are the phones looking, Marky Mark?
A bit quiet at the moment.
OK. The rogue tradesmen who fool us with I can do. It's only 20 minutes. Who's on next? Is it Daz on at midday? Is it Daz?
I think it's Daz.
Excellent. I can do this up until Daz comes on. I got no. What's that? I say no bones about it. That's not the right phrase. I've got no qualms. I don't know what a qualm is, by the way. I don't think I have any qualms. If I've got some, I apologise for lying. The rogue tradesmen who fool us with courtesy. Homeowners are more likely to be duped by polite rogue tradesmen who take their shoes off at the door. The dirty... I have lived in houses where my other half has suggested that we take our shoes off, and if we don't take our shoes off, there is trouble afoot, literally afoot. And I have had to, embarrassingly, said to builders and workmen coming in upstairs, sorry, guys, could you take your shoes off, please? The filthy looks they have given me. It's like I've said, sorry guys, before you go upstairs, I'm going to have sex with your mum. Honestly, the filthy looks they give you when you ask them to take their shoes off. 03453 009956. Marcus, stay there. Come to you after this.
Your travel news in the West Midlands.
BBC WM 95.6.
Let's get the travel with Lisanne.
Well, we've got problems in Longbridge, Ian, I'm afraid. If you're heading out through there, the main stretches around the B4096, the Groveley Lane area, and also the Lickey Road, very heavy. It's all because of the Pride of Longbridge rally that's taking place. So if you're heading through there, lots of extra traffic and queues building up. If you're making your way along Northfields, Bristol Road, the main stretch there in the Black Horse Junction and Church Road area is still closed in both directions. A police incident here causing some disruptions to Northfield, to buses and to your journeys along that stretch. And in Moseley, there's been an accident partially blocking Wake Green Road, so congestion's building up there as you make your approach to College Road. A lot of delays are being felt as a result of that. Now, if you can update us, call BBC WM 95.6 Travel on 0330 123 3550.
Ahead of the general election on May the 7th.
My name is Adrian Goldberg. We are live from Bourneville College.
We're finding out what matters to you, putting your questions to the people who want your vote.
What we've said is that we've already banned any zero-hours contracts that are exploiting people.
That doesn't mean we need to get rid of them outright, and they can still be of a massive benefit, and this is especially true for young people.
Frankly, that shows just how out of touch Conservative Party are.
The general election.
This Thursday, we're holding our next debate at Solihull College, putting a spotlight on the NHS. To be part of the live audience, go to bbc.co.uk/WM. Election 2015.
On BBC WM 95.6.
Saturdays with Iain Lee.
On BBC WM 95.6.
Your voice in the West Midlands.
Hello, Marcus.
Hello, Ian.
What you got for us, Marcus?
I think it was people every day, although in the song it goes everyday people.
I thought it was called Everyday People. I've had people tweet it. I've had everyday people tweeting me everyday people.
My broadband is down at the moment, so I can't...
Everyday people.
But, I mean, I think... didn't they have that Baba OJ?
Sorry?
The old geezer.
Baba OJ?
Yeah.
That was my nickname at school. I don't know. I don't really remember a lot about them. I remember they must have been, I was at university, so I would have been 20, so it would have been 1992, 93. Because I bought a bootleg copy of their album on tape from a young lad selling tape. I bought a tape, right, the album, £2 on cassette from a young lad selling them from a bread basket, and at Camden High Street in North London, and but I was disappointed and surprised when I got home and found one side of the tape was blank. What was I thinking?
He's the same. Some people are just cheeky, aren't they?
He's the same fella, Marcus, that sold me a copy of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre on VHS video back in the days when I don't know, are there any banned films anymore in this country? But when I was growing up in the 90s and for the early part of the 21st century, there were films that were banned. Driller Killer was banned. The Texas Chainsaw Massacre was banned. I think Clockwork Orange. I don't think Clockwork Orange is banned anymore, is it?
Well, I don't think Clockwork Orange was banned. I think Stanley Kubrick withdrew it.
He withdrew it from the UK, didn't he? Because it got slated and criticised for encouraging violence and stuff.
There are some banned films, I'm sure, out there.
Clockwork Orange, by the way, guys, it's rubbish, isn't it?
Oh, it's brilliant.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I was so disappointed when I saw it. That awful music and the droogs. Oh, it's just lousy.
Oh, you know what? I thought it was a reflection of my life.
What, you went round in bowler hats drinking milk?
My loco.
Marcus, thank you very much. Eddie's on the line. Good morning, Eddie.
Morning, Ian. Second time talking to you.
Well, it's a second time for me talking to you, Eddie, and boy, oh boy, I love the first time. Can the second time be just as good? I like it when they come back for more, Eddie. It means I've done something... Ooh, God blimey. What you got for us, Ed?
A few things if you got the time.
We got we got all the time in the world.
Well, we've all had goldfish in our time, haven't we? Of course, I don't even know how they manage to survive because they get maltreatment from us. We think we're looking after them by changing the water by running running the goldfish bowl under a cold tap.
Yeah.
Nothing could be worse.
Oh no! You have to. It takes like a week to gradually introduce them to the water, doesn't it?
Well, you should do it the right way, but obviously people have never been given the information. When you get older and you have tropical fish, you really know how to look after
Here's
fish.
the thing, Eddie, right? We bought some fish for the boys, and I did it the proper way, where you put the bag in the water and you kind of gently just add a little, and we did that, and you spend a day doing it, right? All of those fish died, okay? And then finally I got 2 fish that were kind of hanging in there. We got through about 6 fish, I think. And the 7th and the 8th, they survived. Then I came home one day, and there was a 3rd fish in the tank. I said, who the flipping hell put that in? And my wife said, a friend popped round and just put it in the tank. Do you know what? That was the only fish that survived.
Can you believe it?
Isn't it nuts? I know.
Well, the other thing, you could go on about fish, nitrite and nitrates and all the dangerous
Never
stuff.
give a fish amyl nitrate, for goodness sakes. That would be awful.
Yeah. No, there's filtration, there's all that.
right.
And if you adopted the same principles with cold water fish as you do with tropical, they can last for generations.
Hang on a minute, Eddie. I'm getting an idea. You're one of those people that's got a massive fish tank with Finding
not.
Nemo in.
Oh no, absolutely not. We've done all that with that 2-foot tanks, 3-foot tanks, 4-foot tanks, and it's blooming hard work.
Where was the pleasure?
Well, it eventually becomes a chore, to be quite honest.
I bet it does.
You've got to be dedicated. The other thing is, changing the subject completely, what a fantastic idea. Somebody saying, can you take your shoes off before you walk in their house? What better way you're going to dry your feet out? Oh, sweat your feet on a lovely carpet.
Oh, you are absolutely right. That's disgusting.
Brilliant idea, I think. Well, how considerate of them, I think.
Honestly, the look of disgust when I'd asked these workmen, and I was so embarrassed if they would take the thing. I don't know if you do this, Eddie. I think we all do this, right? Is we change the way we speak depending on who we're speaking to. Now, I grew up on a council estate, so really, I'm quite common, all right? When I do this job, I go up a little bit in terms of class. And when I talk to builders and plumbers, I go back down a few degrees and start talking about, what's the damage, Gov? You busy at the moment, Geese? Or when I'm in a cab, you busy drive? Busy night drive? Do you change your tone?
I don't. Well, I think when you're talking to educated people, you don't want to sound thick. So you try to put it on a little bit. You try to actually talk the way you should talk.
Yeah.
We be Brummies, we don't give a monkeys.
Well, isn't that funny? Because I love the Brummie accent, and I'm terrible. I can't do the accent. I won't ever try. I like the Brummie accent, but we're
just who we are. They take us or they leave us. So it's not about being what's the word? Belligerent, like
there is kind of, because some accents, right? The Welsh accent, right, is welcomed, and it's kind of studies have proven that the Welsh accent is very believable and very relaxing.
Beautiful.
So you get like Hugh Edwards doing the news with his soft Welsh accent, or you might get a Scottish person doing the news with, doing the weather with their Scottish accent. You won't get a Brummie or someone from Newcastle doing the news on like BBC One, will you?
They flipping should do. They should have me. I'm doing nothing at the moment. But, you're right. The Welsh accent is absolutely beautiful. It's a real rich, refined accent. I love Welsh. I can listen to a Welsh person talk all day long. They're absolutely beautiful.
Eddie, we're finding out a little bit about your kinks. Thank you, Eddie. 03453 009956. Last few minutes if you want to give us a call before Daz comes on. Displaying manners increases... Back to this thing about if we get tricked more by people talking posh, being polite. Displaying manners increases a fraudster's chances of success, according to research, in which 4 in 10 people believe that removing one's footwear before entering a home was the sign of a good tradesman. No, the sign of a good tradesman is if they do a good job. Isn't it? Not whether they take their shoes off. More than half said the same about a worker who used polite language. Yeah, now, I get suckered in by this one. 1 in 10 trusted tradesmen who wore branded overalls, carried business cards, or had impressive-looking tools. This alarming finding shows how easily millions of householders may be duped into letting rogue traders into their homes. 03453 009956. Got time for one more quick one if you're, well, quick, I suppose.
Everybody's gonna jump for joy. Come on without, come on within. You'll not see nothing like the mighty Quinn. I like to go just like the rest. I like my sugar sweet, but jumping queues and making haste just ain't my cup of meat. Beneath the trees, feeding pigeons on a limb. But when Quinn the Eskimo gets here, all the pigeons gonna run to him. Come on without, come on within. You'll not see nothing like the mighty Quinn. Come on without, come on within. You'll not see nothing like the mighty Quinn. Let me do what I wanna do. I can't decide them all. Just tell me where to put them, and I'll tell you who to call. Nobody can get no sleep with someone on everyone's toes. But when Quinn the Eskimo gets here, everybody's gonna wanna doze. Come on without, come on within. You'll not see nothing like the mighty Quinn. Come on without, come on within. You'll not see nothing like the mighty Quinn. Come on without, come on within.
Final story of the day, before Daz Hale at midday. This is now... I thought that as a nation we'd turned our back on tea. I used to be obsessed with tea. Not obsessed with it. That sounds weird, actually. I used to like tea. I don't really drink it now. In fact, I don't like Builder's tea. I don't like any of the fancy teas. Earl Grey, Lady Grey. Disgusting. It's all about coffee now. We've become Americanised. We all drink coffee. Americanised or Europeanised? Europeanised? Maybe. Or Americanised. The average Briton, that's you and I. Are we average? I don't know. The average Briton enjoys 884 cups of tea a year. And how many cups of that? If only there were a clever image as to what that actually was. Enough to fill two bathtubs. The YouGov poll, flip it. Why? I mean, go and do something important. Maybe they are. Maybe the YouGov and all these people are bored of doing polls about who are you going to vote for? What issues are important to you in the election? I tell you what, guys, let's just, during lunch break, let's go and ask people about tea, shall we? We'll go and ask people about tea. I'm bored of talking about Farage and Turgeon and all of those guys. Nicholas, in case you were wondering. The YouGov poll revealed that we consume an average of 17 cups of tea each week. That was my stomach. The research showed that our drinking habits increase as we get older. With those aged 55 and over typically enjoying 21 cups of tea a week compared... The problem with tea has been in the marketing, hasn't it? Because you get like Costa's and Starbucks and all these places. Like, let's go for a coffee. You don't get like tea bars. Hey, let's go for a tea. Guys, you fancy going out for... Do you want to meet for tea? Or do you mean, dinner? No, drink. What? Oh, let's just go for a coffee instead. The poll compared with 18 to 24-year-olds who only drink 8 cups a week. Come on, young people, pull your socks up. You're not doing well enough. More than half of adults associate a cup of tea with comfort and relaxation. Hey, listen, that's it. That's your lot. Thank you very much, everybody. Thank you, Marky Mark. If you want to get in touch during the week, you're more than welcome to. You can send me an email, ian.lee@bbc.co.uk. I, of course, spell Ian the correct way, IAIN.LEE at bbc.co.uk. Back on Friday at 2.
On FM.
Freeview, digital radio and online. Your voice in the West Midlands.
BBC WM 95.6.
Daz is up next. Let's get the news now. Here's Chris.
Thank you very much, Ian. Good afternoon. A teenager has died after being stabbed in Birmingham. 18-year-old Sheriff Mbai died in hospital just 2 hours after he received multiple stab wounds in a scuffle outside the KFC in Northfield. Another man is in a critical condition in hospital. An 18-year-old man has been arrested on suspicion of murder. West Midlands Police have described the murder of a Smethwick woman at the hands of a 13-year-old boy as horrific. 47-year-old Glynis Bensley was on her way home from a pub in September last year when she was attacked. 13-year-old Petri Curti must serve at least 12 years of a life term before he's considered for parole. 20-year-old Zoheb Majid, who was found guilty of manslaughter and robbery, has been sentenced to 10 years. Detective Chief Inspector Sam Ridding is from West Midlands Police.
I'm of the belief that they set out to rob Glynis of her jewellery, of her money and any other objects that she may have had. We never recovered her stolen mobile phone, and unfortunately during the course of that robbery they have used such horrific violence that she's ended up dead.
Police in Wolverhampton are reassuring people living in a street in Penn after armed police surrounded a house there last night. They thought a man called Dylan Jackson, who's wanted over the murder of Herman Lewis Simpson in the city on Monday, was holed up in a house on Oxbarn Avenue. He wasn't, and Oxbarn Avenue was closed between Treacle Road and Hazel Road for about 6 hours until the area was declared safe last night. Militants from the so-called Islamic State say they carried out a bombing in Afghanistan this morning which killed at least 33 people. Nearly 100 people were wounded as well in the attack, which was in Jalalabad. West Midlands Police say they've got no powers to stop the English Defence League handing out leaflets in Solihull Town Centre today. The EDL are against proposals for a Muslim cemetery in Catherine de Barnes. The police say it's working to plan for a safe and peaceful event for all concerned. And visitors from all over the country at Cofton Park today to mark the 10th anniversary of the collapse of MG Rover. It's the